Rabbil Alamin. Amin, Rabbil Alamin. Hi guys, good morning. How are you? You know, it's very nice to see all of you, and in behalf of the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos, we would like to thank each and every one of you for coming. You know, this pandemic has brought us a lot of change nowadays. Since 2020, we've been seeing everyone else in those little screens in our phones, in our laptops, and our computers, and it is just very fresh for us to see face to face right now, and it's a big relief for all of us that you indeed came in our event. This is the first National Development Leaders Summit brought to you by the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos in partnership with the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region and Muslim Mindanao. And as we move on with our program, ladies and gentlemen, the planning services of the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos has prepared an audio-visual presentation. Technical team, take it away.
Let us walk through the evolution of the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos. In 1954, the Philippine Congress appointed a special committee headed by Tomoka Alondo, a prominent Muslim congressman from Lanao, tasked to investigate conspicuous economic disparities between Philippine Muslims and Christians generated by the Christian migration to the Muslim South. The special committee recommended the creation of a Commission on National Integration and approved by President Diosdado Macapagal. The 1957 Act of Congress authorized the CNI to effectuate in a more rapid and complete manner the economic, social, moral, and political advancement of the non-Christian Filipinos. One of the CNI's major achievements was to provide scholarships to a sizable number of Muslim students that allowed them to attend universities in Manila and earn professional degrees. The majority of CNI graduates who came from non-elite backgrounds gradually established themselves in their hometowns as a new professional elite. The Office of the Commissioner for Islamic Affairs was established by Executive Order Number 549, which President Ferdinand Marcos signed on July 23, 1979. OCIA provides advice and assistance to the President in the formulation, coordination, and implementation of policies affecting the Islamic affairs. Executive Order Number 697, which was issued on May 28, 1981, disbanded the Office of the Commissioner for Islamic Affairs and replaced it with the Ministry of Muslim Affairs. President Marcos declared a state policy to ensure that the integration of Muslim Filipinos into the mainstream of Filipino society. The first Madrasa Policy Conference was conducted at this time, and the Philippine Sharia Institute was established. It also oversees the translation of the Code of Muslim Personal Laws. Executive Order Number 711, issued on July 28, 1981, reclassified the name of the Ministry of Muslim Affairs to the Office of Muslim Affairs, headed by a Director General. Whereas the circumstances of the times demand a more vigorous pursuit of the constitutional mandate that the state shall consider the customs, traditions, beliefs, and interests of national cultural communities in the formulation and implementation of state policies, Executive Order 969 was signed on June 13, 1984, creating the Office of Muslim Affairs and Cultural Communities under President Marcos. Among its power and functions is to provide advice and assistance to the President in the formulation, coordination, implementation, and monitoring of policies, development programs, and projects affecting cultural communities. On January 13, 1987, President Corazon Aquino abolished the OMA-CC and established the Office of Muslim Affairs under Executive Order 122-A, the Office for Northern Cultural Communities under Executive Order 122-B, and the Office for Southern Cultural Communities under Executive Order 122-C as three separate and autonomous offices. Executive Order 122-A affirmed that adequate representation of the Muslim Filipinos in the policy-making councils of the government will strengthen national unity. On February 18, 2010, Congress passed Republic Act No. 9997, which established the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos and signed by President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo into law under the Office of the President and abolished the Office on Muslim Affairs. The The National Commission on Muslim Filipinos, among its powers and functions, is to provide advice and assistance to the President in the formulation, coordination, implementation, and monitoring of policies, plans, programs, and projects affecting Muslim Filipino communities. NCMF mandate is to preserve and advance Muslim Filipinos' culture, traditions, institutions, and general well-being in accordance with the country's laws, national unity, and development. NCMF has three main functions: policy making, program implementation, and coordination. The NCMF is pursuing three major programs, namely socio-cultural, socio-economic, and social protection under its mandate. The NCMF earned its ISO 9001-2015 certification on November 26, 2021, which covers the NCMF Central Office, NCMF South Luzon Regional Office, and NCMF Socsarjan Regional Office. Last November 11 and 12, 2022, NCMF passed the first surveillance audit conducted by the Bureau Veritas, the second largest global ISO certifying body, and recommended the NCMF for continued certification to the ISO 9001-2015 standard. Aligning all NCMF's mandate, mission, and strategic direction, the NCMF is committed to perform with the highest quality of service. The NCMF organizational structure. These are the following powers and functions of the Secretary. The Commission has 11 regional and 9 field offices covering the entire Philippines. The NCMF regional offices are the implementing arm of the Commission. They implement laws, rules, regulations, policies, programs, and projects of the Commission. Human resources are the most valuable asset of NCMF. In less than 1 year as Secretary Mamondiong instituted unprecedented reforms by putting an end to massive reassignment of personnel, which is affecting the morale, core competency, and performance of the personnel. Recruitment and promotion are transparent, competitive, and based on rules and procedures. To complement the ISO 9001-2015 certification of the NCMF and the ongoing baseline assessment of internal control system, Secretary Mamondiong instituted administrative reforms that will be his landmark accomplishment during his tenure. Among these are the following: completion and publication of the Hajj Operation Manual and Hajj Electronic Digitalization Process. The Hajj Operational will serve as the blueprint that would guide the NCMF, the pilgrims, sheikhs, airlines, travel agencies, and other stakeholders concerned for a systematic and orderly Hajj procedures, processes, and actual operations in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. The use of digital technology will promote accountability, efficiency, transparency, and ease of doing business. Strengthen the implementation, monitoring, and evaluation of the administrative reforms. Revocation of reassignment and detailed designation orders since his assumption to office in March 2022 until his term ends to ensure that core competencies are harnessed and promote morale within the ranks. Creation of NCMF Performance Review and Evaluation Committee. Constitution of Attendance Monitoring and Investigation Committee. Policies and guidelines on government working hours, including the administrative offenses and their corresponding penalties. NCMF Grievance Committee, NCMF Program on Awards and Incentives for Service Excellence Committee, Committee on Transparency and Accountability, and the Human Resource Development Committee. Delegation of oversight functions to the commissioners. Each commissioner is tasked to oversee the efficient and effective operations of the regional offices, bureaus, and services. Ultimately, our end goal is to professionalize the NCMF personnel and be at par with other national government agencies. Allow me to present the long-term vision and priority projects of the NCMF for 2023 to 2030. Database of Muslim population. Population data is essential for planning, programming, and development purposes. Based on the Bureau of Muslim Settlement of NCMF, estimated Muslim population is around 12 million. Through this database project in coordination with the PSA, local government units, and funding institutions, the disparity of Muslim population in the country will be addressed. Muslim entrepreneur trainings. Training of Muslim entrepreneurs in every province and city in coordination with the Department of Trade and Industry, Department of Agriculture, Development Bank of the Philippines, Land Bank of the Philippines, Al-Amana Islamic Investment Bank of the Philippines, and Cooperative Development Authority. This project aims to empower the Muslim families, make them economically productive, skilled, and self-reliant, which ultimately contribute in addressing unemployment, poverty, and insurgency problems of the country. Islamic microcredit for 3,000 poor family beneficiaries. Islamic microfinance, which is interest-free, can provide access to financial services for individuals and small businesses who may not have access to traditional forms of credit. This can help to alleviate poverty and promote economic growth in communities that are underserved by traditional financial institutions. Establishment of additional Sharia courts, establishment of appellate court, appointment of Sharia judges and jurisconsult. The additional Sharia courts outside of BARM will strengthen the Islamic legal system and provide more efficient and effective judicial proceedings involving Muslim Filipinos. Hajj Terminal. Hajj Terminal will serve as temporary accommodation of pilgrims arriving and departing to perform Hajj in Medina and Mecca, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It will provide ease, security, and comfort to thousands of pilgrims, mostly in their senior years. This Hajj terminal can also accommodate the construction of NCMF office, which has been renting since time immemorial. This plan can be realized in the Maharlika village, Taguig City, which parcel of land was previously proclaimed by the late President Ferdinand E. Marcos and will be funded by Muslim philanthropists from foreign donors. Integration of Madaris into the Philippine educational system, registration and accreditation of Arabic schools. Integration of the Arabic Madaris education into the Philippine education system in coordination with the Department of Education and Commission on Higher Education. Madrasa education provides young Muslims with solid religious foundation and develop oneself, society, environment, and country towards achieving goodness and oneness with God. Halal agro-industrial tourism hubs. Establishing halal agro-industrial tourism hubs in Lanao del Norte, Lanao del Sur, Maguindanao, Zamboanga, Davao, Cebu, Quezon Province, and Pangasinan. This will create hundreds of thousands of jobs and means of livelihood for the jobless and marginalized Muslims and non-Muslims alike. Water district system in 300 Muslim municipalities. This project aims to improve access to clean and potable water for the Muslim communities in 300 municipalities. The NCMF will coordinate with the local government units, private sector, funding institutions, and other government agencies. Muslim Settlement Project. Manila Golden Mosque is a cultural and tourism site. Relocation of informal settler families in Manila Golden Mosque to pave the way for the reconstruction of the Manila Golden Mosque to a cultural and tourism site together with the Blue Mosque in Maharlika, Taguig. Establishment of Muslim cemetery in non-Muslim areas with significant number of Muslim Filipinos for the proper burial and honoring of the dead according to Islamic customs and traditions. It will also promote cultural diversity and respect for different religious practice. Survey and land titling of ancestral lands. NCMF will endeavor to provide legal recognition and protection for the Muslim Filipino community's ownership and rights to ancestral lands in coordination with concerned government agencies. Barangay Assembly for Peace and Interfaith Dialogue. Interfaith dialogue brings people of different religious faiths together for conversations aimed at mutual understanding and mutual solving. This activity aims to underscore the importance of peace as the key to national unity and progress. Simultaneous barangay assemblies for peace and interfaith dialogue between and among groups of various religious persuasions to promote genuine peace, unity, harmony, mutual respect, and understanding among Muslims and non-Muslims alike. In partnership with the Office of Senator Robin Hood Padilla, NCMF will take the lead in the observance of National Hijab Day in recognition of the freedom of Muslim women to wear a veil as part of their belief, to address stereotyping and discrimination, and to promote peace and unity. Human Resource Pooling Database. This project will provide a more comprehensive understanding of the human resources needs and competencies, which will provide the top management to make more informed decisions about staffing, recruitment, and human resource development. Strengthening foreign linkages. The NCMF will intensify its linkages and partnership with foreign institutions as possible resources of funds to support the implementation of its big-ticket projects. Attaining these will not be easy. The NCMF has to achieve administrative and fiscal decentralization of its 11 regional offices to efficiently and effectively implement the programs for Muslim Filipinos. RA 9997 Section 13 authorized the Commission to establish, operate, and maintain the functions of regional offices and sub-offices. To maintain its role in national peace building, one of the challenges is active participation in national planning. On that account, NCMF is doubling efforts to be included in the Regional Peace and Order Council, Regional Development Councils through the support of the Department of Interior and Local Government and the Office of the President. As we lay down the priority projects, challenges, and opportunities of the NCMF, we welcome our partners in the summit to join us and help the Commission in realizing our long-term plan, our vision for the Muslim Filipinos to build resilient Muslim communities.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Planning Services, for that audio-visual presentation. And we will flash in the screen some of the souvenir messages that we received, and it's also included in the souvenir pockets we have from the Senate President of the Senate of the Philippines, Senate President Juan Miguel Zubiri. We have from Senator Robin Hood C. Padilla, from Senator Francis Cheese Escudero, from Senator Jinggoy Estrada, from Congressman Muhammad Khalid Dimapuro of Lanao del Norte, from the Honorable Ahud B. Ibrahim Al-Haj, the Chief Minister of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, from Honorable Maria Belen Acosta, the Chairperson of the Mindanao Development Authority. Of course, from our Honorable Secretary of the NCMF, Secretary Guiling Mamondiong. From our commissioners, first we have from Commissioner Yusuf Mando, from Commissioner Dalisay Makadawan, from Commissioner Samer Alo, Commissioner Dato Ras S. Lidasa Engineer, Commissioner Jamal M. Munib, Commissioner Michael M. Mamukid. We have from Commissioner Dr. Ana Karima Mindalano Lao, from our Executive Director Tahir S. Lidasa Engineer, and that's it. As shown in our audiovisual presentation, NCMF has gone a long way to reach this point, and we have to thank each and everyone, not just the government offices or the leaders who have held this office, but also our partner communities that helped us reach where we are right now. Last year, 2022, April, just after the recent appointment of our Honorable Secretary, we held a iftar dinner in Manila Hotel. That's why a lot of faces here are very familiar, especially from the members of the Diplomatic Corps. And we are not just joined by our partners. Of course, we're also joined by different members of the community. We have from the religious sectors, the academe, our partner communities, Muslim traders, businessmen, and the likes. And we are very thankful for your presence here. And we will continue to move forward with our program as we introduce the next speaker. Our next speaker is also going to introduce our guest of honor and keynote speaker, and will formally welcome all of us. Actually, this is a two-part program. For this morning is all about introduction and getting to know. And later on the part two of our program this afternoon, we will be proceeding with different topics of learning that will be given by different speakers. So ladies and gentlemen, to formally welcome all of us in this gathering, please help me welcome the Secretary and the Chief Executive Officer of the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos, Atty Guiling A. Mamondiong. Sir?
Magandang araw po sa ating lahat. Good morning to everyone. His Excellency President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos, good morning wherever you are. But he is ably represented by Secretary Anton Lagdamyong in this event. Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, members of the Commission, my friends, ladies and gentlemen. The mandate of your Commission, I would like to repeat. The mandate of your Commission is to preserve and develop the customs, traditions, institutions, and well-being of the Muslim Filipinos. As to how many are we, unofficially, I am telling you, your Muslim brothers and sisters is about 13 million all over the country. I would like to repeat, 13 million Muslims in this country who are now promoting international peace and poverty eradications. You know what? The world needs peace and poverty eradication of the many. The projects and programs that we have just presented to you, I would like to get some samples of this. Because we are thinking alone and we are working in the successful implementation of the flagship program of the President, that is Kalusugan, Men's Health, Kabuhayan, Livelihood, and Kapayapaan, Peace. I am a believer that without peace, we cannot attain economic prosperity. So we have to work on peace all over the world. I had the chance to visit the Organization of Islamic Cooperation in Saudi Arabia, and I proposed to them the formation of the World Peace Organization. I would like to repeat, I proposed to them the formation of the World Peace Organization, and I am very happy that our brothers and sisters from many countries of the world are here. We need your support. Hundreds of thousands of people are dying every day, and we know this. We are aware of this. We have to save them. We have to convince our respective leaders to save the lives of their respective people. That is what we need. And I would like to believe, and I know that President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. is serious about this. I would like your Muslim brothers and sisters in this country to be peacemaker. Everybody is a stakeholder when it comes to peace building. When it comes to peace building. Now, on peace and order, although last October 26, we launched the National Peace Caravan by your commission, the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos. We launched it. And we have the participation of almost all regional leaders, civic leaders, religious leaders in this country. And we are following this up. And we have discussed this with the leaders of the Department of Interior and Local Government about the holding of barangay assembly for peace and interfaith dialogue. This time, we have to promote mutual understanding and respect of each other's religious belief. The issue of the day is peace. Saving the lives of hundreds or millions of people all over the world. There is no sense in fighting. There is no sense in fighting. We just have to work for peace. Peaceful coexistence is the order of the day. We have to accept that the world is composed of many people with different culture, religious belief. We have to accept that. That is a fact. That is a fact. We just have to promote peaceful coexistence. Mutual respect for each other is the key. Saving the lives of others, that is the key. Okay, so we are hoping that with the help of Secretary Atty we will have the barangay assembly for peace and interfaith dialogue. And in the Philippines, we have 40,000 barangays or villages. We have to go down to the people and talk about peace. We keep on meeting almost every day, talking about peace in big hotels like this. But how about those people down there? They should understand what peace is all about. How important peace to their lives. See? Religious differences are there in the barangays, in the villages. We have to tell them to understand each other. So I am hoping, I would like to repeat, that with the support of Secretary Atty, we are very honored that he is with us. We can go ahead with that program. And we would like to hold this before, anytime before the end of the year, 2023. 2023. Most of the dignitaries in attendance are from the European countries. And Europe is important to the world today. You are shaping the future of the world. Let's pray the world of peace, the world of God. Peace. And your Muslim brothers in this country will support any initiative for building international peace and development. Although your Muslim brothers and sisters in the Philippines unfortunately belong to the poor sector of our society. But we are striving. With the support of the President, we are striving. See? The programs that we have just presented to you is bolstering the initiative of your commission, bringing the Muslim in this country to the national sustainable, resilient Filipino community. I am a product of the national integration. We would like to integrate all the peoples in the country into one, and that is what President Marcos would like. National unity in diversity. And so our work in the Commission is to make sure that we have integrated into the body politics, into the socio-economic ministry of your Muslim brothers, so we can work together as a nation. We should work as a nation for peace and economic prosperity for all. We belong to the community of nations. Whether you are white or black or brown, you are part of that. Regardless of what country do you belong. We believe in the oneness of humankind. Iisa lang po tayo. You are one. Don't tell me that because you are white or black, you do not love me. Because I love you. Love is all about humanity. Yes, love is all about humanity. You can only preserve the whole of humanity if you love each other, regardless of our race and creed. That we are going to promote. About 3 days ago, I had the chance of meeting the Philippine Council of Evangelical Church. And I encourage them, join us. We will form an international movement for peace and interfaith dialogue. Then we can address the differences of our people. After all, we believe to only one Creator. Believe me. Do you think that I have one Creator and you have yours? No, you have only one Creator. So we have to work together as one. Believe me. That's it. On matters of creating jobs and means of livelihood to your Filipino brothers and sisters, especially the Muslims, we are launching. In fact, we have started talking about this, about the establishment of halal agro-industrial and tourism hubs. Don't you know that we are just using halal as an Arabic term? But actually, halal products are healthy products. We are launching that. And we are hoping that we will get the support of everybody. Because this will create jobs and means of livelihood, not only for the Muslims, but to the Christians as well. The indigenous people. We have to come to the indigenous communities and talk about peace and economic development. See, this is how important it is. Anyway, as I said, we welcome you to this event. I'm looking forward that the projects that we have presented to you will be supported. I think this is the second time that we meet with the members of the diplomatic corps. It was last November. I would like to report to the Secretary Atty that last year we met with them. And this is the second time because we promised them that we will present to them projects and programs that will generate jobs and means of livelihood, not only for the Muslims but to the Christians and the indigenous people alike. We will be submitting to you the projects, the feasibility studies, the project proposal that we promised you to submit. We are moving around. Yes. And in the case of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region, I know that the President, I refer to President Marcos, is taking all the steps to ensure the success of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Government as a catalyst for change from a crisis of centuries to an era of productivity, peaceful coexistence, and prosperity for all. Prosperity for all. We have to work on this. We have started talking to many groups in Mindanao to help us attain national peace and economic prosperity for all. I would like to report to the diplomatic corps that the President is supporting us in these endeavors. We will be making sure that we measure up to your expectations. With the support of the President and the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, we can attain peace not just in Mindanao but all over the country. With this, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the Honorable Anton Lagdanyo, the Secretary, the man of the hour, because I know that whenever the President is not around and he's around, the President is present. Thank you very much. Secretary Anton Lagdanyo.
Excellencies, dignitaries, and other members of the Diplomatic Corps, officials of the National Commission of Muslim Filipinos, ministers and members of Parliament of the PTA, other officials of the national government agencies. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am pleased to be here with you all as I represent His Excellency Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. in this summit and to show his support for your endeavor today. Please allow me to read his speech. To my Muslim brothers and sisters, participants, guests, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant day to you all. We welcome this gathering of esteemed individuals who are tasked to lead their respective communities during this crucial point in our history. I am particularly delighted by the efforts of the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos for organizing the very first National Development Leaders Summit to help us synchronize our aspirations for the Philippines and translate them into tangible results. Since the beginning of this administration, the NCMF has ensured the inclusion of our Muslim communities in our national agenda through policies and programs that uplift their respective communities. It has also become a beacon of empowerment for Muslim Filipinos through initiatives that advocate their beliefs and enrich their traditions. With this, I am very thankful for your selfless service. At present, we are facing unprecedented changes, forcing us to think out of the box on how to govern ourselves as a nation. By coming together and discussing contemporary issues, especially those that are encountered by our Muslim brothers and sisters, we will be able to craft more inclusive and sustainable approaches for our collective development. This summit's theme is therefore appropriate as we arrive at a consensus on how to embark on nation building with due regard to the beliefs, customs, and institutions of Muslim communities. It is my firm belief that no sector in our country should be left behind, especially those who need our help the most. Thus, I am steadfast in pursuing all initiatives that will elevate the status of our Muslim communities and positively contribute to their quality of life. May the activities here strengthen your partnership with other government agencies, civil society, religious, academic, and private sectors to formulate affirmative actions in developing resilient Muslim communities. Let us stand together as a united front, marching side by side towards peace and progress. Let us show the world that we will not only coexist with one another, but thrive together as well. It is precisely our diversity that makes us stronger as a nation, for we can draw on each other's experiences and wisdom to forge a better tomorrow for our people. Our differences are not a source of weakness, but rather strength. I thus encourage my fellow leaders to bank on our diversity and use it as a spark that will allow us to propel towards a more prosperous Philippines. As President, I assure you that you have my unyielding support as you continue to empower Muslim Filipinos through joint efforts guided by Islamic principles. May we all become agents of unity and great development leaders as we build a more progressive, socio-culturally inclusive, economically empowered, peaceful, and God-fearing Philippines. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very much. Once again, that was Secretary Anton Lagdameo Jr., the Special Assistant to the President. Sir, maraming salamat po. And we are very thankful po that another Mindanaoan is holding the position po of SAP, and alam namin po na mas tutulungan niyo po kami sa ating pong mga endeavors, especially our projects on helping the rest of the Muslim Filipinos, not just here in the Philippines but around the globe. And sir, I know I speak in behalf of everyone here. Sir, pahay daw kami kay Madam Donsol. Thank you, sir. Ayan. So as we move forward with our event, another video presentation has been prepared by our planning services. Technical, take it away.
Envision sa ano na ito, sa MOU, programs ng NCMF, that is social protection, social economic programs, and then regarding mga legal issues, and then for socio-economic
dapat mamaya muna yung video. Bigyan muna ng block para tapos na. Diba?
We were just informed that the Secretary has pressing other matters to attend to. That's why we have to cut off muna our video presentation and proceed with the awarding of appreciation to the Secretary and of course to the President of the Republic of the Philippines. The first token is for His Excellency President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. Let me read this token. This token is the Masjid al-Haram and the symbolic clock tower. Masjid al-Haram means the inviolable mosque or the great mosque of believers. It is the holiest site in the history of Islam. It is found in the center of Mecca province in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. This is where Muslims around the globe performs the annual Hajj or pilgrimage and Umrah, the lesser pilgrimage. This great mosque surrounds the Kaaba or the cube that can be found at its inner center, which is referred to as the house of God by Allah. The Kaaba is the Qibla or direction of every Muslim whenever performing prayer. The Kaaba in Islamic history was built by Prophet Ibrahim and his son Prophet Ismail as divine commandment from Allah. It is where every Muslim pilgrim performed the so-called tawaf or the circling around the Kaaba 7 times in a counterclockwise formation. The iconic clock tower is found meters away outside the Masjid al-Haram at the Abraj al-Bait Hotel, also known as the Clock Tower. The Central Hotel Tower, which is also called the Maka Clock Royal Tower, is the 4th tallest building and 6th tallest freestanding structure in the world. The Clock Tower contains a museum that occupies its top 4 floors. In this present, the iconic tower is engraved with the 99 beautiful names of Allah, which describes His mighty attributes.
Pasuyo na lang, mama.
Before Sir Anton leaves, may we request the members of the Diplomatic Corps here upstage to take a photo ops while the Secretary is still here. And may we request our officials from the presidential table to kindly please arrange yourselves from your chairs so that the members of the Diplomatic Corps can join you in our photo ops. Sir Edie? Sir, request nila upo muna kayo ulit so that the members of the Diplomatic Corps can stand behind you for a photo ops. Official photographers, please. Guys, kita yung mga nandito sa tabi ko? Kita sila? Okay. Thank you very much. Ayan, and this is also our bidding of farewell to our Secretary. Sir Anton, maraming salamat po sa inyong pagdalo at sana po hindi po ito ang huli. Ito po ay simula ng marami pa pong magandang partnership with your office to the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos. Sir Anton, sir, last request daw po, sama na rin po yung national agencies na nandito. Okay lang po ba? May we request the national agencies, national government agencies, so kindly please also join them. National agencies, representatives who are here, to be followed by the officials from the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. Once again, may we request from the national agencies, including na po from the DILG and the Philippine National Police. Once again, members po representing the different national government agencies, including po ang atin pong mga uniformadong kapulisan po. Patayo na tayo. Bangko Sentral and other government agencies po, akyat po tayo.
Left po yung bar. After that bar.
Gusto ko yata yung mga naka-exhibit pumunta. Huli na tayo. Wala na yung bar.
Again, apologies po. May pressing meeting po na kailangan puntahan ng atin pong secretary. Let's proceed po with the rest of the photo ops po with the remaining officials po na naririto. Once again, let us give a round of applause po sa atin pong Secretary Anton Lagdameo po. Thank you very much, sir. So guys, don't go away yet. We still have a lot in store for you. And we would like to continue with the photo ops. May we request once again our officials to be back here on stage. Di, dyan lang. Na-miss ko kayo. Once again, may I request the officials of NCMF to kindly please return at the podium for our remaining photo ops. Once again, may we request the officials of NCMF to kindly please return at our stage so we can resume with our photo ops po. And snacks is also being served. Guys, I hope you still have your energy. The day is just starting and we still have a lot of store in you or for you. And later on, we will be proceeding with the program proper. Ayan, may I also acknowledge, of course, the staff and the employees and the officials of the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos who are here. Can you please give me a list of our officials, of course, so I can properly acknowledge them? I can see po, no? Director Cesar Miranda of the FMS. I would like to say PMCA. And of course, our regional directors who are here. Regional Director po, Nasser Masorong po of Region 10. Regional Director Luminuglaw of Lanao. Regional Director Monaim Guro of Caraga. Third Regional Director Juni Sinsuwat po of Sok Sargent, Cotabato. Forgive me if may mga nami-miss ako, ha?
Bago appointment. Kanina. Matagal na. Ha?
Again po, requesting po Executive Director, ED, and other commissioners, our Secretary, to kindly please return in the stage so we can proceed with the remaining first part of the program. But for now, how is everybody doing? Is everybody doing great? Thank you very much. And this is also a good opportunity for us to mingle and socialize with the other guests. So, as much as possible, take their cards. Heads of different embassies are here. Take this as an opportunity to get their calling cards. Let's continue po. May I call on once again the officials po of NCMF to kindly please return here. Kulang pa. And then the officials and the delegates from the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao, may we request po your presence here on stage po para po sa ating photo ops. And later on, we will proceed with our audio presentation. Later this afternoon, we will be joined by Senator Robin Hood Padilla as one of our speakers. We would like to acknowledge the presence of the Assistant Governor of the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, Assistant Governor Attorney Arifa Ala. Ma'am, welcome. Again po, saan yung mga?
Kape, coffee, black coffee, sir.
Kaya. At DED, Ma'am DED, picture po. Ayan, we would like also to acknowledge the presence of former NCMF Commissioner, Commissioner Ibrahim, who is now representing BARM. And NCMF officials na rin po, request po ng BARM na samahan na po natin sila. NCMF officials po present, directors, regional directors, bureau directors, service directors. We would like also to acknowledge the presence of the Director of Bureau of Muslim Settlement, Director Sultan Masiding Salik. Sir, welcome. we would like to acknowledge the presence of the Director of the Bureau of Muslim Cultural Affairs, Director Atty Ali, sir. Welcome po. Ayan, one happy family tayo with Barm. Si Commissioner Ibrahim, dual citizenship. Sec, Sec, hindi aandar yung barko nang wala ka. Si Sec. Commissioner Sam. Sir, ito na pala yung proper title mo. Acknowledging the Director General of MHSD of the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of Muslim Mindanao, Sir Ismail Ibrahim. Pero mas gusto ko pa rin yung former NCMF Commissioner. We would like also to acknowledge the presence of Sultan Jerry Magarang, Administrator of the Manila Golden Mosque, and General Jamil Haman, Head Bangsamoro Affairs Services of Quezon City. Welcome po. And if there's still other guests and officials that I have, I failed to acknowledge and recognize, can you please just hand me a piece of paper and please write it legibly so I cannot mispronounce your names and titles. Okay. So the AVP and then we'll proceed with the first one. Okay. So we will be showing the remaining of the AVP that was cut earlier, and then after that, some of the officials will have their press conference outside. So, technical? And at 11:30, lunch will be served. And after lunch, we are expecting everyone to be back by 1 p.m. for we are going to start the program on time. For our speakers have also other engagements, we have to be on time. Are we ready with the audiovisual? Okay, go ahead.
Nabuo natin ito dahil kasama po yan sa mandato ng National Commission of Muslim Filipinos. Upang tayo po ay makapag makabuo na isang project. Itong mga cultural center natin, itong mga halal industry project, itong mga suporta na programa for our agriculture, for our fishermen, maraming pang iba.
Gusto ko sana maging poverty-free ang lahat ng communities dito sa Pilipinas. But some intellectuals in this country are saying that for us to have economic development, there should be national peace. Ang sinasabi ko, pagsabay natin ang kapayapaan at ang economic development.
Habilin sa atin ng Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ang pagbuklod-buklod at pagkakaisa sa kabila ng ating pagkakaiba sa ating linguistic affiliation and tribal groupings. Tayo po lahat ay dapat magkaisa at magsama-sama. At yun po ang nakikita namin dahilan at maging solusyon doon sa kasagutan ang mahabang panahon ng pagkawatak-watak at pagkakaiba.
What will be our role with respect to the presentation of the 7-point agenda of the NCMF? I'd like to start with building strong Muslim communities within and outside the farm area to reduce the vulnerability of Muslim Filipinos, to make them active citizens of this country.
The problems of your Muslim brothers and sisters are una dyan yung unemployment. Ilan din ang nakatapos sa college na Muslim na walang trabaho ngayon. It is the reality now. Aminin natin ito na nangyari ito. Employment. So ang pag-usapan ninyo rito is projects that can generate employment for people.
Share tayo ng ating mga nalalaman kasi yun naman po talaga yung main po na objective ng multi-stakeholders consultation na bumaba sa ground at pakipag-usap. Kasi po, we understand na yung pangangailangan ng Lanao, hindi rin ganoon yung pangangailangan ng Zamboanga. Hindi yun ang pangangailangan ng Cotabato. Hindi yun ang pangangailangan ng Tawi-Tawi, Bayanan, National Capital Region. Bawat region may kanya-kanya silang pangangailangan. May kanya-kanya problema na tanging sila lang yung makakapagsabi at yung mga kasamahan nila yung makakapag-address ng mga concerns na yun.
NCMF Region 9A sa Buanga and Rest nagpapilitan kami. Other regional offices in fairness to our regional directors. Pinipilit nilang para pagandahin ang NCMF. Dahil ang NCMF